All right, welcome to the third review of the evening. Up this time is Hungry Meme. Worth noting, it's not memetic mutation or anything here. The memes are the hungry creatures that live under the world tree and are in danger of extinction. Let's make the memes' lives happy by exploring around the world tree with them and developing their settlements. Sounds like a city builder of some sort. Anyway, um, Golux, you were provided this game, so give us the detail.
So yeah, I played this game on normal mode, and maybe I should have played it on or changed to easy mode, but I think the bigger problem was that I did something out of order during the tutorial, and I think that messed it up. But then I got to a point where I couldn't progress any further fairly early on. So the overall gameplay of this is ultimately something like a mystery dungeon game, except that the dungeons are static. You're not expected to go even most of the way through even like one part. Like, I don't even know if it's actually multiple floors. I think it is. But you're not supposed to, you're expected to make fairly short trips in and out. It's not turn-based, it's based on actual time. And you don't actively move your guys, you move a bag that they then move towards and throw items into. Because the goal is to get items to make food and build things in the settlement.
I guess I should ask with the time thing, is it relative time in game or like actual real life time?
Real life time, I mean, it's faster.
No,
Okay,
well,
so
is it like 8 o'clock time is something different, like your real life time, or is it that's like time in game?
An in-game day is 10 minutes.
Okay. So it's not like they don't lock you out of the dungeon if you like play at a later time or whatever.
No.
Okay.
Also, you can be in the dungeon up until the very end. You just lose half the stuff you were carrying.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a weird totem thingy in the town that gives you missions that walk you through the first parts of it, which I got through. But then I got to in free play. Okay, so in addition to making snacks that restore your memes' mind stats, which keep them from going crazy, which makes them sabotage meals and behave erratically in dungeons. So the proper meals take a whole until the end of that day to make. And they fill up the memes' stomachs and their minds and their other things. But then overnight, if any of your memes are homeless, i.e. don't have a house to sleep in, they lose a bunch of mind and a little bit of hunger for sleeping out in the nothing. And then on like the 5th day of the game, there's a black moon that makes them lose a lot of mind if they're outside during it. I didn't get the mission to build a house. Actually, I got a request to build a house, but I didn't get the mission that like unlocks the recipe for building a house until the 3rd day.
Oh. That's
and I never found 2 of the 4 ingredients you need to build a house.
I'm guessing if all the memes die, you lose.
They don't die, their performance degrades. I think they can die, but it takes a while. You start out with 2 memes. If you cook a good meal, you can get more to come and join you. But yeah, you start out with a bag in the dungeon that only holds 5 items, and then you upgrade to a bag that can hold 15. after a bunch of missions. And most building, I mean, you can actually carry the bag with significantly more than that in it. You can, because what it is you should probably be mouse and keyboarding this, Petty, if you are.
Yeah.
You drag the bag around on the screen and you can move it in a range. The range shrinks if it's overweight. If it's over the number of things it can hold. Down to if it's 10 higher, you basically can't move it at all. Also, as you spend time in the dungeon, things appear and will steal things out of your bag, but they only appear in certain places. So one day I spent about 5 minutes trying to get my bag to a position where something would steal from it so I could move it back to the town. Because there are, I think they call them nasties or something. There are enemies in the dungeon area, but the memes. I think you might have to the memes start out with no combat abilities, and I think only some of them can get combat abilities, and it might involve traumatizing them. I never got any. The closest I got was I got an increased defense ability. Also, each meme can only have like 2 abilities at once, I think, which is annoying. So, like, the first 2 that I got on everybody were being more likely to pick things up and put them in the bag, and the ability to move heavier objects around. And apparently, if you have enough memes with certain abilities, you can unlock certain quests or recipes or whatever. But yeah, you go into the dungeon. There's actually a tutorial dungeon right at the beginning that you can't even bring anything back from because the bag has holes in it. Because the guardian spirit is pretty incompetent. So yeah, you have no ingredients and you have to do a number of quests before you can get ingredients at this point, Petty.
Fun.
So go over and talk to the fucking statue thingy. I believe you can expand the town because the original town only has room for 1 house that houses 4 memes. So yeah, that's generally the thing. Overall, I kind of like the idea of this, and it does say that you should play in easy mode while you're learning the game, which I think easy mode makes it so that your memes' stats don't degrade over time when you're not in a dungeon, I think. I think their stomach still goes down a bit while you're walking around in the dungeon, and their mind still goes down when you are clearing the fog of war, which, because the dungeon there's only one design of it, is persistent. Excuse me 1 sec. Sorry about that. Something went down my throat the wrong way or something. So yeah, the fog of war actually persists between trips to the dungeon, which is weird. Like, it doesn't recover areas you've uncovered. But yeah, you bring memes into the dungeon. You kind of vaguely lead them in the general direction of items and try to find certain important items, plus statues that allegedly open up more of the area, but the ones that I found after the first one didn't actually seem to do that, but maybe you need more of them? I don't know. So yeah, you need to go to that separate map first. That's the tutorial one. And then the big map is like the actual one. So yeah, you get to see how... Oh, you didn't go into it?
This one?
Yeah. The pyramid thingy.
How do I...
Click on the little map to the lower left.
Oh,
The scroll, the base of the world tree icon thingy.
alright. Anyway.
You can bring up to 3 memes to the world tree, but you only have one and one that's too tired to go, so...
Yeah.
And yeah, you can bring snacks, of which they only improve your mind, so... So yeah, you have to move the stuff around and then bring the bag back to the entrance gate to do that.
Oh, you just...
Yeah, the memes kind of move generally in the direction of where you drop the bag. Also, the memes, I think, are procedurally generated. You can only go somewhere inside the orange.
Alright, yeah. I'm learning.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll vaguely pick up things and either eat them or throw them in the bag. But that doesn't matter for this one because the bag has fucking holes in it. Because they don't want you to have a renewable source of, like, the single most convenient item in the single most basic item in the game. And you can't put it in the fog either. Or you can put it a bit into the fog, but not totally. I mean, at some point, I'm just going because I want there to be a visual record of what this plays like. Because, frankly...
Seriously?
Yeah, I think it's very awkward to only have indirective control of your guys when they are on a resource thing and are almost completely
I
helpless.
feel like I'm playing a Chow minigame.
Yeah, it's you're not controlling them, you're roughly directing them.
Yeah.
And it's pretty frustrating, honestly.
What the fuck is it?
Okay, I'm on my 3rd ad in a row while I'm trying to see what you're doing.
I'm sorry, I don't have a way to turn
It's
off
not
ads.
it's not your fault. It's Twitch's fault. I'm not... So yeah, this is the thing. You go into for the purpose of the tutorial, you go into the dungeon for not very long. Go back, listen to the tower tell you another thing you have to do, and then probably either build a meal or go back right away. Admittedly, this is a tiny, tiny map. It's literally just this far.
Yeah.
That yellow thing is the pole you have to hit before you go back.
Do I have to hit it, or do they have to hit it?
The meme has to hit it. It'll probably notice it pretty quickly.
Yeah, it just did, as you said something.
But yeah, the best you can do is put the bag next to it once the fog, which does not clear out very quickly, clears out. And now you can just drag the bag down, drag the bag back down as far as it can go at it go. The thing is, after you move the bag, you can't move it again, either for a while or until the meme gets to it. It's a little bit hard to tell which is which.
There's
honestly.
a decaying timer.
Yes, but the decaying timer does not decay linearly. It decays faster when the meme is close to it.
Yeah. Well, like, once the meme is within a few steps, it will decay, which that's fine.
And it's weird. It's weirder when there are multiple memes.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Which is kind of important because to gather stuff faster.
And you can't bring items back in it.
Because the bag has a fucking hole in it, so there was no point to having any items to pick up at all, except to make it take longer. So yeah, the tutorial is slow. and kind of annoying. And like I said, because my guys looked like they were freaking dying, I made a meal when I was on the tutorial to make a snack, and making a meal takes the rest of the day. You can just go to the main menu and go to end day, but I didn't know that at the time because I hadn't gotten the tutorial for it yet, and I barely noticed that was the main menu button and not a pause button.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the font they use for the Guardian thing talking.
No. The square does stop or reduce happening as it goes, I think.
Well, no, just the general text font it has.
That I was going to say.
Yeah.
But beside that, the font is also not amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, those coins, you use those to build symbols, and the symbols unlock recipes for buildings, which is a little bit awkward. So yeah, the tutorial is slow and frustrating and possible to mess up in a way that kind of throws off your order of operations on other things. Because I had 3 guys before I was supposed to because I made a meal instead of snacks. And then once you get to the actual game, I found it very short time before I was not actually able to proceed any further, because like I said, I couldn't figure out where on the only dungeon map I had access to I could get hay or whatever that other ingredient was. There may have been, like, if there was another gate I could have selected from, it wasn't showing it properly as far as I could tell. So yeah, overall I found the play experience pretty frustrating. The music is reasonably decent and bouncy. Like I said, I think there's kind of a decent idea here, but it doesn't add up well. Remember, you can only put the thing like 6 inches into the fog because the game hates you.
Yeah.
But at least later trips down, that's part of what incentivizes the short trips, is that every time you go in, you're clearing away more fog.
Yeah.
And then the fog stays cleared. So yeah, in this one you're only supposed to go like a bit to the right, and there's the gear, and then so yeah, the 1 minute has passed thing. That's another thing that makes it not Mystery Dungeon, because Mystery Dungeons don't progress the time unless you do the thing. And I think this is also why they introduced the fact that there are purple spooky things that will steal shit out of your bag. And they can steal important items, though they often don't. Meanies, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it as far as I got to see. It takes a while to get into the town building, and even once you do, it's kind of awkward. I guess beyond that, I think when I was trying to look up stuff about the game to see if I was doing something wrong, I saw something about this, but sure, Adam, what's the price on this game?
Expensive. Like, probably more expensive than you were expecting at $30.
It was more expensive than I was expecting, but I did see a number.
Well, yes. I said the number, $30.
Yeah. This is... I don't know. Maybe lengthwise it might be 30, but in terms of quality of play experience, this is like a $10 game to me. So, if you want to try it, I would wait for a deep discount. So yeah, you should probably just head back immediately now. I tried to get a couple of more items to fill up the bag, and I just ended up getting too many and then couldn't move it far enough.
Alright. Anything else?
Also, I'm not quite sure I get the point of. I guess the reason you can only bring 3 snacks at a time into the dungeon is it's one for each meme, and you can theoretically pick up cookies that they might eat on the ground, which will help restore their mind. But I don't know. I don't. Maybe I was exploring badly, but I did not find the stuff I needed to progress the game much further.
Yeah.
In a decent amount of time playing, I think. So, yeah, I cannot give this a very strong recommendation.
Yeah, it to me this seems like a mini game in a bigger game.
Or like, there's something to this, but
it's just not well executed.
Yeah, it's much too awkward to play and get. The aesthetic, especially for the storybook stuff that they do, is nice. The story's kind of funny because apparently there was the tree and then the memes got hungry and it had the thing and they had a pot that they ate out of, but then they broke the pot and then they got hungry and freaking ate the tree, and now you have to stop that from happening again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's some stuff there, but it's just the gameplay is way too awkward in my experience.
Right.
So unless one of you guys has a question, that's about what I've got.
I think I'm good.
Nope. All right then. So that'll about do it for Hungry Meme. Be sure to tune in after the break as we review Islands and Trains.